Hey again, everyone. It's me again, just another burnt out loser. Fun fact, the game that I'm playing for this video, The Long Dark, was actually supposed to be the subject of the last video. It was recommended to me by a friend and it was on sale recently, so, things seemed to line up. But then I was brought to the attention that my Limbus Company video, which was the video I did before the latest Minecraft video, by a certain commenter, that I wish it was the Limbus Company creator curse, and I had to release a correction for that, which really drained me because making a video that fast, even with so many cut corners, was not easy. Let me just put it that way. And it still doesn't make sense because it wasn't an announcement of all things, nor was it a regular update. It was an off-cycle update because normally the updates take place in the middle of the week. This took place a bit before that, so it just threw me completely off and I didn't see it coming. But that's no matter. The reason why I wanted to do it for the last video instead of this one was because it was on sale, but unfortunately I do think that sale has ended or will end by the time this video releases. It's still a good game though, or so I hear. We're gonna see if it's actually any good. But hey, maybe put it on your wish list for the next sale if it happens to catch your fancy, eh? And I'm sure that friend of mine just wants me to get into it so they can see how much of a mess I make of things. So, no more dallying, no more delay, let's get into it. Made without crunch by people who care about their players at a studio that cares about its people. Photosensitivity warning. Read before playing. Jeez, I actually haven't seen one of these for a long while. A small percentage of people may experience epileptic seizures or blackouts when exposed to... It says press any key to continue and then continues without pressing any key. Okay. Hinterland Studio Inc. does not condone the wanton destruction of wildlife. As a result of the geomagnetic disaster which serves as part of the fictional foundation of the game, we have taken liberties with the portrayal of wildlife behavior. We are not attempting to create realistic wildlife behavior in the game. We know that wolves do not typically attack people. The Long Dark is a survival experience, and we strive for realism in many areas, but it is not a replacement for actual survival training or experience in the wilderness. In the end, our goal is to provide an interesting set of choices for you to play with safely. It is not a wilderness survival training simulation. Contact us for more information. info@hinterlandgames.com. Do not attempt to use what you learn in the Long Dark in real life. Doing so could result in injury, illness, or even death. Why did they lowercase or even in this? Just seems a bit silly. Oh, that looks cozy. Brightness. For the best visual experience, move the slider until you find a position where the shadows are dark without losing details, and the bright areas do not appear oversaturated on your display. I'm still not really sure how saturation works, but let's see. Leave it at default, too dark, too bright. I'll leave it where it is. Confirm. Oh, well, there's a bit here. Survival. The non-narrative exploration survival experience where day-to-day survival is the only objective and death is the only ending. Play your own story. Wintermute. The authored episodic story mode for The Long Dark. Now, normally I would play survival, but my friend said that it wouldn't make for as interesting a video. So, for the purposes of this, and because the original bundle was for both survival and Wintermute, we're going to go ahead and start the Wintermute. For now, we are going to start a timer for 2 hours. We are not, the video itself will not be 2 hours long, there will be cuts of course, but that is how long I will play. Let us begin. We have updated the default controls and therefore your key bindings have been reset to the new defaults. I did not modify anything because this is my first time opening the game up, but okay. I hope there would be a tutorial, but just in case, I am gonna go through most of these. So really the only thing here that's questionable is F. I mean, I do get it in principle. It is right next to the movement keys. I always just find it a bit questionable to put important keys right next to the movement keys in case you accidentally tap on them. Like, you already hit shift enough times to trigger sticky keys during normal activity. And never mind Project Zomboid, where literally just your finger slipping left of W or up from A will get you murdered. But this is a nonsense issue. You can just change the key bindings yourself. It's fine. It's fine. Crash helicopter, episodes, extras, options. For now, we're not touching options. We're just gonna go straight into it. Content to be unlocked in the future. Alright. Episode 1. Do not go gentle. Do not go gentle into that good night. Where is that from? I feel like I knew it at one point, but I've since forgotten. Mackenzie and Dr. Greenwood are separated after their plane crashes deep in the northern Canadian wilderness. Struggling to survive, Mackenzie explores the small town of Milton, where he begins to understand the scope of this quiet apocalypse. Green Survivor, for new players most interested in pensive exploration and storytelling. Most survival elements are tuned to be very forgiving. Wildlife may attack, but are less aggressive. You are brand new to the Long Dark or are more interested in story and atmosphere than survival. Capable Survivor. Wintermute as it was meant to be played. Equal parts story and survival. Capable Survivor. For players with some experience and those looking for a balance between exploration and survival. Wildlife is sparse, but can seek you out. Survival elements are challenging, but resources are plentiful. Hardened Survivor. You want a good story, but you also want a more extreme survival challenge along the way. Not for the faint of heart. For veteran players looking for a punishing survival experience, hostile wildlife is common and will hunt you down. All survival elements are tuned to be particularly challenging. For now, go with the Green Survivor. After all, the easiest difficulty is meant for the most common denominator, even if normal difficulty is what the game was intended for. Let's do this. Name the story? I guess since the character itself is named already, you wouldn't name the character, but your name... This is just a name for a save file, I suppose. Let's see. Loser. There we go.
Now the pale morning sings of forgotten things. She plays the tune for those who wish to overlook. by those who preach and pray and teach, but she falls short and the night explodes in laughter. Don't you come here and say I didn't warn you about the way your world can alter, and oh how you try to command it all still. Every single time it all shifts one way or the other. And I'm a goddamn coward, but then again so are you. And the lions roar as me evading and hollering for you. And I never really knew what to do. And every once in a while I'd sing a song for you that would rise above the mountains and the stars and the sea. And if I wanted it to, it would lead you back to me.
That was a beautiful song. Hope I don't have to cut it out.
Astrid. Astrid! The Joker. Seems about right. Feels like another record cold snap on the way. I'd better get a fire going before the pipes freeze up again.
Chapter 1, Memories. New objective. You're cold. Start a fire. View current mission objectives by opening the radial menu or in your journal for more details. Press J for more info. Managed to get it all. Alright, let me just double check to make sure the recording's going. It does, but the audio cuts out. Oh well, that's about standard. I do somewhat mind that little stutter, but what can you do? Also, needless to say, in real life, we're already running into that disclaimer. In real life, as long as medical services are still available, do not yank out stuff that is impaled inside of you. That is generally a bad idea. Let some professional do it instead. Anyway, memories. Mackenzie hangs around the Jackrabbit transport hangar, waiting for something to happen. Uh-oh. Objectives. Pass the time. You're cold. Start a fire. This is basically where all the in-game tips go once they show up. Alright, that's pretty standard. Did I just unzip or rezip, I suppose, my journal? Wood matches. Wood matches. Wooden strike anywhere matches. 12 matches. 89%. 0.10 kilograms. So 10 grams? 0.10. No, that's... Gosh, I'm too used to pounds, and pounds don't even make any sense. That's 1/10 of a kilogram, so 100 grams. There we go. That seems a bit much for only 12 matches, though, but I suppose I'm no expert in these things. Okay. Start fire, cook water. Okay, so I need starter, which is wood matches, tinder, fuel, and an optional accelerant. Presumably something that either gets the fire going faster or makes it burn hotter. Interesting. Fire starting base chance, 55%. Estimated fire duration, nothing. Chance of success, 0%. Okay, I wonder what that base chance is based off of, however.
Great Bear Island. Dad used to fly there all the time. He said it used to be beautiful. Not much reason to go there these days, since the quakes and all.
Interesting. Newsprint can be used as tinder. Nothing legible. But might as well. Tinder plug. A small plug or bundle of flammable material. Paper, wool, cloth, dry bark or needles, etc. required to start a fire. I'm gonna assume the snowflake is some kind of condition. Cedar firewood. Cedar burns with an aromatic glow. Aromatic? Isn't that used to describe smells? But doesn't burn for long. Fir firewood. While not technically a hardwood, fir burns like one. I have no idea what the difference between hardwood and presumably softwood is when it comes to burning, but alright. Alright. I could open the door, but let's go ahead and get this fire going first. Alright. Let's use the newsprint. Why not? Oh, I have to choose. Okay, so fir burns for a bit longer, so I'm assuming that means that hardwoods burn longer. That's about it. New objective. Explore the hangar. Okay. Nothing out the windows. An air compressor of some sort? I've recognized that shape anywhere. I think most people would. A float plane. I normally call them seaplanes myself, but Lockers.
Jackrabbit remote transport. 0 flights a day to the mainland communities and, well, anywhere really.
That sounds like bad business, but it could be that that's recent.
Damn, I was right. Pipes froze up again.
We just started a fire, come on. Dang.
Cheap electric crap. Never works when you need it.
Meh. Ooh, Sweet Dreams Herbal Tea. Made in Canada. Ingredients: chamomile flower, mint leaf, natural flavors. Herbal tea, a package of fragrant tea. The label promises restorative benefits and more peaceful rest. Makes 5 cups of herbal tea. 22%. 50 grams. Doesn't look like I can leave. Not that I would want to. Okay. I actually really like how every item has its description whenever you pick it up for the first time and every time. Though I do imagine some people will get annoyed for that and only want it to show up the first time. I imagine there's a setting for it, but I quite like it. Was that a cat? Reclaimed wood. Reclaimed wood from broken furniture, wooden structures, etc. I would think reclaimed wood, by its very definition, would not be in perfect condition, but if that snowflake represents condition, somehow this thing is. Alright. Mackenzie. Oh, wait.
Well, here we are, old girl. Your best flights may be behind you, but you're still beautiful to me. And anyways, you're all I've got. I'd sure love to give you one last great adventure. Getting pretty late in the day. Guess I could take a nap. I don't remember needing my parka this early in the season. It seems to get colder every year.
You're tired. Take a nap. Okay, I will have to check the options real quick, because while I don't mind it, the voice is certainly clear enough. That won't always be the case, so... Is there subtitles? There is, but... Okay. Display. I'll keep it in metric. I need an excuse to get more used to it anyway. Morale meter. Huh. Here it is. On. And it's my opinion that subtitles should always be on by default, but I ain't gonna fuss too much about it. Oh. How did I not see this door before? Like, I had to walk past it to get to the bathroom, but whatever. Photo.
Those were better days.
I'm sure. Ooh, candy bar. Nuts and stuff. New chocolate bar. Chocolate and nuts. Have to do this little swirling motion to get it right side up. Ingredients. Chocolate, almonds, sugar, salt, natural flavors. I'll take it. Eat quickly by... I'll have to see if that's in the journal. Food. Use the radial menu to quickly eat food items by pressing space. Or use... That's a mistake. The backpack screen to see all your food items and eat from there. Tip. From your backpack, you can assign your favorite food to the radial menu for quick access. Light sources, food, weapons, navigation, journal, campcraft, first aid, drink. You're tired, take a nap. Bed, nap. Not sleepy enough for a nap, and yet the game goes on.
Who could that be?
No objective. Answer the phone. Cardboard box. Breaking down will cost 12 minutes, 25 calories. This game measures every calorie? That's very interesting. Yield, tinder plug, tool. Can I? Yes, I am wasting. How long did that say that will take? I've kept them on the phone waiting for quite a while. Oops. I guess the phone's in the office. Fire's gone. Well, any reason I shouldn't start a new one? Use the newspaper. And reclaimed wood hardly lasts at all, but I doubt we'll need it.
Come on.
No subtitle for that. Nice.
Turned out pretty well.
If you say so, pal.
Jackrabbit Remote Transport, Mackenzie
I
speaking.
told her not to come up. I told her you couldn't fly in this weather. For once, will you not be so damn
Whoa,
stubborn and
whoa,
listen?
slow down, Maureen. What are you talking about?
She just showed up. Said you'd see her. Said you'd fly her north. I know you need the money. The weather service...
It's okay, Maureen. I've got it from here.
Hello, Will.
What are you doing here?
It's been a while, I know.
Yeah. Years. I haven't heard from you since...
I know. And I wouldn't be here if it weren't important.
Well... What brings you... I mean... Are you sick?
No, not me. But I need to get to someone who is.
Right. So you're still a doctor?
Yes, I'm still a doctor.
I thought that after... Why are you here?
I need your help. There's an isolated community in the northern part of Great Bear. Someone there is very sick.
Great
and
Bear? There's nothing there anymore. Not since...
I know. But I have to get there.
Still trying to save the world, huh?
Somebody has to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Mackenzie, Will, I didn't come here to fight about the past. I need a pilot to take me somewhere remote. Someone who won't ask too many questions. Someone I can trust.
Wait. Questions? Astrid, are you in trouble?
Are you gonna help me or not?
What's in the case?
See, there's that thing about no questions, remember?
What's in the case, Astrid?
No questions.
Look, the weather out there is bad. Bad. When it's getting worse. You walk in here after years. I could have been dead. You could have been. And then you show up and you want me to just risk my life flying into the middle of the great northern nowhere to deliver you in some mystery metal case to some remote wilderness outpost, all because you walked in here and asked me to?
Yes.
Astrid, you can't bring him back.
This isn't about that.
I know how hard it's been.
No. You don't know, Mackenzie. You don't know anything.
You don't think I feel it too?
Are you gonna take me or not? The longer I wait, the worse it'll get. Damn it. I don't have time for this.
Wait. The worse what we'll get? Why do I have a feeling you're not talking about the weather?
Because I'm not.
Throw your bags in the plane. I'll get started on pre-flight. Better buckle up tight, because it's going to be a rough ride. Let's see. 2 people plus enough fuel to get us out to Great Bear and back leaves... almost no capacity for cargo. If we're too heavy, we'll burn through our fuel before we get there. I'll have to be careful about what else I take with me.
Select extra cargo, optional. Astrid's gear into the plane. Distress pistol.
The distress pistol kit is heavy, but I'd hate to end up in an emergency situation without it.
Is 30 kilograms my weight limit?
The mysterious case. Astrid definitely doesn't want to talk about what's inside, which means she's probably not supposed to have it.
Property of... Yeah.
Astrid's traveling pretty light. Wherever she's going, she must not be planning to stay long.
Is there a chest? Okay, assuming that this is where I put everything, it looks like I have a max limit of stuff I can take is 15 kilograms. I wonder if that counts the stuff in your inventory too.
Just need to grab my parka and we can go.
The distress pistol kit is 5 kilograms. Assuming that only what's in the search hatch gets taken with me. I'll have to see if there's anything else I might want to grab other than the pistol. Well, the distress pistol. Cooking pot. Sure. I didn't read it. Oops. A sturdy pot for melting snow, boiling water, and cooking food. Cooking salt, cook water. No need for that right now. Can't take the phone with me. Newsprint.
A rare Mackenzie family photo. Miss you, Dad.
Aw.
I don't have time to mess around.
Sure you don't, pal. Oh wait, it actually... No, I ain't dealing with that. Okay, as funny as it is for there to be a hidden timer for you don't have time to mess around, it was somewhat frustrating. Grab this cooking pot. Newsprint, sure. And I know I need to rush, I'll take it. I won't take as much time. Glad I disassembled that cardboard box earlier then. Probably wouldn't have let me here. Okay, it looks like that's everything. So what's here is...
Water, energy bars, purification tablets. Breakfast of champions.
Hearty stuff in an emergency, but not a fancy meal. An emergency kit.
Astrid's a doctor, so we're covered there. But probably best to have some extra meds just in case.
And a first aid kit. Contains essential first aid supplies. And everything is an even 5 kilograms. So considering both Astrid's pack and the hard case is 5 kilograms, assuming only the stuff I put in the hatch comes with me, I can only take...
Mysterious case. Astrid definitely doesn't want to talk about what's inside. Which means she's probably not supposed to have it. Astrid's traveling pretty light. Wherever she's going, she must not be planning to stay long.
Affliction. Sprain risk? What? Sprain risk caused by encumbered. You are exhausted or encumbered and at higher risk for a sprain when traversing sloped ground. Rest or drop some of your gear in order to eliminate the sprain risk. Okay. Alright, put in the essentials.
Just need to grab my parka and we can go.
Assuming that only what gets put in here is kept, I think I'm gonna go for the distress pistol. Alright, grab the parka. Wait, can I just... Nope. Okay.
I see you're still wearing it.
Huh? Wearing what?
Your ring. Our ring.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I just forgot to take it off.
I wear mine too.
Why?
Memories, I guess.
I thought you wanted to forget.
Not all of it.
Look. I should have looked for you.
It's okay. I've kept busy. I've moved on.
You sure? Because this all seems pretty familiar. You still working with that researcher? Dr. What's his name?
No. No, I'm not working at the center anymore.
Well, then where?
I'm working on my own. Freelance, you could say.
Freelance doctor? That sounds legit.
I don't question your life choices, Mackenzie. Plenty of things you could be doing besides hanging out in your dad's old plane and drinking in the daytime.
Hey, we had a lot of good times in this plane. And it's under control.
I know, okay? I'm not here to fight, really.
I think about him all the time, you know?
I know you do.
But I did. The choice I made. I did it for us.
You don't have to. Let's just not...
No. It's important that you hear this. There's things I need to
Mackenzie,
say.
not now. There's...
Just let me tell you.
Will, shut up for a second. Something's wrong.
That is not good.
What's going on?
Power's gone. Whole electrical system looks fried.
Shit! What's happening?
No power means we're going down. Hold tight.
Will?
Astrid. Oh. Astrid! I must have gone right through the windshield. Trees broke my fall. Oh, mostly.
Chapter 2, The Crash. New objective. Use first aid to
Gotta
stop the
that blood
loss.
loss.
Oh. Eventually, a source of knowledge. For now, something to burn when you are freezing. Leave it for now. Survive the night. Use first aid to stop the blood loss. Mackenzie fights to stay alive while searching for signs of Astrid. What happened to her?
Can't feel my hands.
Yep. So, if that pistol came with me, it's still on the plane. And anything else I picked up did not. Sure, I'll break this down. Reclaimed wood. Accelerant. Low volume fuel source designed to help start fires. Example, lighter fluid. Quick flame. Warning.
This'll come in handy.
It sure will, pal. I already forgot your name, though. Cloth. Cloths used for crafting and repair, as well as for creating bandages. Boy, I sure could use one of those. Find bandages or craft them from cloth to treat blood loss.
So cold.
Yeah, it will be, bud. Fire log. Fire log made of chemicals and compressed shavings. Doesn't throw off much heat.
Need some first aid.
Seems to be going against the point of being firewood, then. I don't think being near the fire warms me up, unfortunately. Alright, before I do any more breaking down, let's see what I got.
Gonna
Things.
bleed out soon.
Oh, does the game not pause while I'm looking at these? Yeah, I see the fire still flickering. Blood loss will kill you unless you stop it. A simple cloth bandage might save your life. Use the crafting menu to make a bandage from cloth, which you can find in the world, or harvest it from an existing clothing item. Alright. Blood loss, sprained ankle, sprained wrist, pain, pain 2. Yep, that's dropping. Bandage, here. Bandages suitable for stopping blood loss or binding to constrict movement on an injury. Right foot, right hand, right foot. Let's use it on the blood loss. Okay, that's gone. I feel like I don't have the time to really spend on these, unfortunately. Grab metal shards. Sure. Seriously, does this fire not bring any heat? Am I wearing these clothing items? I think I am. Alright, I'll stop messing around. Mostly. Use fires to melt snow, cook food, and keep from freezing to death. Gee, that sounds good. Bed. Bandage wound and warm up the cave first. How do I do that? Is there some spot that I'm missing? How do I start a fire? Actions. Condition. Sleep restores condition. When your condition gets too low, you'll start to become dizzy, your vision will blur, and eventually you'll lose fine motor controls. This is all warning that you improve your situation ASAP. Every hour of rest will restore lost condition. You faded into the long dark. Okay. A bit more seriously then.
I don't feel so good. I need to rest up.
Affliction hypothermia risk. Okay.
Ouch! Damn, that smarts.
I hope I didn't break anything. Anyway, back to where I was reading. Every hour of rest will restore lost condition, and you'll also gain a bit of condition for every hour. You don't have an affliction risk or low status in hunger, thirst, cold, or fatigue. The status screen can help you keep track of your condition, any current afflictions, as well as help you understand how to treat injuries you may have sustained. Check it often. Fire. Fire provides heat, water, food, protection. Use the campfire option in the radial menu. You'll need all the fixings. A fire starter, tinder, and fuel. Accelerant speeds up the process. Fuel types impact burn time and heat production. An active fire, along with a can or a pot, can be used to cook and boil water, as well as keeping you from freezing to death. Alright, so from the radial menu. Okay. Yep, fire, please. Wood matches. Newsprint. Oh yeah, using an accelerant basically makes it guaranteed. Can I fuel at it currently starting fire? We'll see.
Come on.
Failed
Are you
at that.
serious?
Yep. Alright, try that again. I wonder if that wastes resources. Yep. There we go.
Astrid hasn't come looking for me. Which means she can't come looking for me. Because she's hurt. Or worse. I'd better get back up to the crash site.
Climb out the ravine. Alright, loot whatever I can. Stick. Small stick. Will burn, but not for long. Newsprint roll. Affliction. Hypothermia risk. Oh, that goes up semi-fast. Let me take a look at this one. Makes a good improvised knife. Let's keep the fire going, actually. Pastime, snow shelter, recycled can. What? I'll have to look that up in a bit. But for now, newsprint, stick.
Come on.
I would fast forward these, but apparently fast forwarding is what kills the resolution, so.
Fire's life out here.
Alright. Let's stock the fire with as much as I need. Alright, now let's sleep for 2 hours. That doesn't make my health much better, unfortunately. Probably because I don't have any water. Do I have water? Nope, not unless I can drink lighter fluid. I should find water before anything else. Ooh. Over here. Some stuff I'm missing, but either I come back for it or I can't.
I could probably climb that. Never been so hungry in my life.
Well, we don't have food or water. Probably should have picked that up. Rosehip.
Mouth so dry.
The fruit of wild rosebush can be used to make a tea that helps manage pain. Interesting. Pick rosehips and craft them into a pain-killing tea. Sometimes Mother Nature is your pharmacist. Craft rosehips into a preparation that can be boiled in water to produce a tea with pain-relieving properties. Keep your eyes open for other natural remedies. Okay. I did not mean to do that.
I think I'm gonna make it. Finally made it.
Where's the plane again? Probably over here.
My plane. Not sure which of us looks worse. Poor girl. This isn't how things were supposed to end.
Did you have a plan? Painkillers?
This stuff will come in handy.
A bottle of painkillers. Take it to reduce pain from injury. Orange soda. Sweet carbonated drink. Full of high fructose corn syrup. Drink it immediately. Heck yeah. Mackenzie's parka.
I've been looking for you.
The coat you were wearing when you crashed in your plane. Use the radial menu to select status and go to the closing tab to equip it. Okay. None of these actually say status. Oh, it's the middle one. Of all things. Oh, I put it on automatically. Okay. What is that wooden sound? Federal.
What have we here?
A down-filled sleeping bag. I'll take that. Rest in the bed or bedroll to restore condition. Astrid's pack.
Astrid's pack.
Search the backpack. Stale granola bar. Dry and crunchy. Worn fleece mittens. Basic fleece mittens. Pretty warm but useless when wet. Antibiotics. A bottle of antibiotics. Take it to stop infection from spreading. 6 pills. Could I take the backpack with me? Guess not.
Locked.
Yep.
Whatever's in this case, Astrid was ready to die for it. I hope she hasn't already died for it.
Look for clues. Alright. An emergency beacon fired from a distress pistol.
Excellent.
A device used to launch an emergency beacon into the air. Fires flare shells. Down vest. Decent down vest. Down-filled layer that warms the core but leaves the arms exposed. Wool socks. Wool socks. Tough and warm. Try to keep a couple of pairs handy. Pants you were wearing when you crashed your plane. Looks like I automatically put stuff on if I have an empty slot. Alright. There is no jump button, but I suppose that makes sense. Oh wait, This is a ram. Okay.
She definitely passed through here. And in a hurry.
Wow. She just immediately assumed I was dead, though. Or, well, whatever. Probably not worth it, at least right now. Find and equip small stones to throw at rabbits to stun them. Stone. A small stone, big enough to stun a small animal, might be enough to scare off a bigger one. Equip it, I suppose. Okay, not what I wanted, but it does look like you can retrieve them. Hi, it's Editing Guy here, and this is so egregious that I have to actually add this in post. So, you don't actually have to catch and kill a rabbit in order to move on from here. That's just a tutorial tip, it isn't part of any mission. So I wasted way too much time getting frustrated trying to catch a rabbit with a bloody rock. I'm not saying it's dank, it's very realistic, but you have to really try to dial it in yourself, because you are not playing as yourself, you are playing a character with their own quirks of how to throw. Oh, come on, I had it dead on. But yes, around the thumb. Gotcha. I'll probably cut this out. Finally got one. Okay, so starting a fire from a burnt out fire does increase the chances. Okay. Newsprint roll. Let's grab the sticks. There's plenty around here. Yeah, over here.
Well, that didn't work. Turned out pretty well.
Invalid. I can't even rest here? Why is it invalid? It's a perfectly flat surface.
Shit, that burns.
And of course, I walked straight into the fire.
Feels like it's still burning.
Oh well, you're... Oh, of course.
That hurts so much.
Well, nothing I can do about it. Admittedly, this isn't the best first impression. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I should be able to cook, right? A basic container for melting snow, boiling water, and cooking canned food. Water. Melt snow. Water that may make you ill. I'll cook. What else can I do? Tempted to go back down there to grab some of the firewood I left behind. But no, I'll just be more diligent about picking more stuff up. Finally. Past time until ready. I could just drink it. Alright, that's mostly settled. Unharvested rabbit carcass. Harvested for usable meat, hide, or gut. Oh. Nothing to harvest? Oh, I have to select this. Harvest everything? I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't. Flesh from a rabbit, cooked to eat safely. Where's the other stuff? Fresh gut, freshly harvested gut. Can be used for crafting and repair after air drying indoors for 5 days. What? Fresh rabbit pelt. Used for crafting and repair after air drying indoors for 3 days. Cook raw meat to avoid afflictions. Okay. Take the recycle can. Okay. Cook. Select. Select. 37 minutes. Okay, add more fuel to the fire. Wait, why did that one cook so much faster? Oh, because this was just a little bit that was left over from a pound. Okay. And it shows that was barely anything. Oh, well, that's cooking. I should go find some more wood at least. I know I left at least one.
Astrid, where did you go?
On second thought, never mind. I am 90% sure that's a wolf. Definitely anything, but hopefully it'll be enough to get some sleep. I did not. Alright, this will take some getting used to. Hey, it's day. Add a bit more fuel. Because I might as well cook some more water. Because I am not going through all that trouble to catch another rabbit. I'm just gonna
Eat anything. Looks like I made it through another night.
And I can finally see some of the rocks that I had to throw like mad. I got turned around apparently. Yeah, I'm not skipping that anymore. That was way too much trouble. Time to cook more rabbit. Ah, wait. Have to harvest it first. Gonna need more fuel on this fire. Oops. Okay, note to self, don't click on it too fast. That was my good... Whatever. Too late now. Oh, I can just eat these as is? Well, that's neat. It'll do. Wait. I should see about making tea. Cook. Okay, but... Okay, how do I make tea? Can I not just stick it in? Take it. Cook. Water. Okay, if there's a way to make tea, I don't get how. Raw meat. Cooking meat. Best get going. I don't have much fuel for fires. Not anymore. Oh, I should be following that. What a waste. I still don't know how to make it into tea. A wolf?
Oh, is that a wolf?
Avoid wolves
keep my
whenever
distance.
possible. Wolves are not dogs, and out here they are very dangerous. They normally avoid humans, but do you want to take a chance? Like most things in nature, wolves are afraid of fire. Campfires, torches, or flares can keep them away. Thrown torches or flares might scare them away, but there are no guarantees. In the end, the best way to avoid tangling with wolves is to give them a wide berth. Remember, they are attracted to blood, raw meat, and raw fish. These items can also be used as decoys to put wolves off your trail.
Whoa. Looks like some kind of radio tower. I must be closer to civilization than I thought.
There we go. Okay, keep going. Dang it, prime opportunity right there, and I let it slip. No point. Radio tower's behind me, but let's see what's over here first. Looks like a cave. Sure is a cave. Coal. Lump of coal. Yeah, I still have space. Looks like the main part of the cave is blocked off. blue rocks. If there's anything special about them, the game won't budge. Alright, the radio tower.
Whoa. Someone's just sitting here, frozen. What the hell?
Search frozen corpses for life-saving supplies. Heaven knows it didn't do them any good. Painkillers? That's it?
Great, a town. Maybe I can find help there.
I'm not sure about that. Would any normal town just leave a corpse frozen not even a mile away from them? Actually, I should take a look at these painkillers. Maybe... a bottle of painkillers. Use it to reduce pain. I'm not suffering from pain, though. There isn't any timer on this. If it's healing, it's doing so very slowly. Okay, I almost... Did I seriously get stuck? Okay, I did for a second, but I got out of it. I wonder if this is the original town Astrid, I believe her name was trying to get to.
Look. Smoke from that chimney. That means someone's home.
Investigate the house.
Hello? Anyone out there?
What happened here?
Generator? Hard to say. Hatchet. A small one-handed axe, good for splitting wood, can be used to hack meat in a pinch. Nothing. Where are my life-saving supplies?
This whole area looks like it's been abandoned for a while.
Blood. Okay, so that's probably the trail the corpse took before it turned into a corpse, anyway. Firewood bin. Okay. Nothing. Alright, let's try to get inside.
Hello? Anybody here?
A man with a gun. Or a woman?
Hey. Hey, wake up. Holy shit! Wait! Hold your fire!
Get back.
Okay. Just take it easy.
Why are you here?
I saw the smoke from your chimney.
Outsider.
What?
Thought so. Mainlander. Outsider. I don't recognize your voice. And you haven't left like the others. So, must be a mainlander. Someone who doesn't know any better.
My plane, I crashed in the mountains nearby. I'm looking for someone who crashed with me. A friend. She might be injured.
I haven't seen her.
Listen, could you maybe point that gun someplace else?
You think because my eyes are covered, I can't see you? Make the wrong move, say the wrong thing. You'll see how good a shot I am.
I don't doubt it.
The others are all gone. If you're here, things must be worse than they thought.
Where are we?
Milton, a forgotten town deep in the mountains. You're far from home.
But, where are we on Great Bear? My plane came down in a storm, and my compass was acting funny.
I've lived here all my life. Not much use for the outside world. Milton's the last of the old mountain towns. Now, it's almost impossible to get to. Or get out of. Only people left here are either too poor or too proud to leave.
Which are you?
I have what I need. At least I did, before the bad men came. Now I'm not sure I have enough to get through the winter.
I need to find my friend, but I'll do what I can to help.
My mind is fuzzy. Some things come through so sharp, others like a dream. Let me think. Let me rest. Maybe I can pull some memories out of the fog. Maybe I can find something that could help you find your friend.
The town seems so quiet. Does anyone still live here?
Not many. After the earthquakes, less. After last night, even fewer.
Where did everyone go?
That I cannot say. All I know is that I heard screams and could smell smoke for most of the night.
You mentioned smelling smoke?
Someone came here. One of the townsfolk. Tried to convince me to leave. They said there were houses burning in the town. They said people were scared and were leaving for the coast. On foot. Foolish plan. But that's what they said to do. After the quakes. If there was ever another emergency, go to the coast and help will come. They wanted me to go with them. But I'm not ready to leave Milton.
They left you here? Alone?
I'm not alone. I have my Lily.
Lily?
Never mind.
Name's Mackenzie, by the way. And you are?
I had a name once. But for years, the townsfolk have called me Grey Mother. A name takes on its own life. Such that at one point, the name becomes the thing it belongs to. Then the old names fade, can only be remembered by the young and the true.
So, I should call you...
You should call me Grey Mother also.
Sitting here with a rifle in your hands. You expecting trouble?
Trouble. Trouble found me.
You mean the storm?
The bad men. The bad men came. Took my things. Tried to take my house. They thought they were safe because Grey Mother can't see. They were wrong.
Who are the bad men?
The men, they passed through town. The night of the storm. The night of the lights.
I'm looking for my friend. She crashed with me when my plane came down in the mountains. Do you think she could have come through and been caught by these bad men?
I can't say for sure. Is your friend a survivor?
Yes. She is.
Then there is always hope.
The bad men. Did they try to hurt you?
Everyone thinks being old means you're weak, but they underestimated Grey Mother.
It seems they did. I crashed without much food or gear myself. And if these bad men cleaned you out, we're gonna need to find some food and fuel, or neither of us is gonna make it through the next few days. You have any idea where we could find some supplies?
The bad men took everything. And the others in town who would have helped me are gone. The ones left will have their own worries. It's up to you, outsider.
I'll do what I can, but I'll need your help. There must be somewhere in town to get food, fuel, the essentials.
What about your friend? Aren't you in a hurry to find her?
Yes, I am. And I'll be looking for signs of her. But there's a lot of ground to cover, and without gear, I won't make it. So while I'm looking for supplies, you see what you can remember about the night of the lights, and if she might have passed through town. That way, maybe we can help each other.
Okay, outsider. Grey Mother can't promise she can unlock the secrets in the dark cupboards of her mind. But she'll try.
What really happened here? Seems like people were here recently. Where did they go? Why didn't they call for help or just drive out?
The power went out. Who knows the reason? People started to get cold, hungry. They panicked, started to talk crazy. Others walked here from the highway. Some belonged here. Others were outsiders, like you.
Did anyone see a woman? Brown hair, would have had a tan jacket, a scarf with birds on it. Possibly injured.
was an outsider woman. I heard her pass through. She wasn't alone. There were angry voices and... But the storm was too loud.
Voices?
I lost the voices and I couldn't get them back.
Before, you mentioned hearing voices. Do you remember what you heard?
Memories are gray, misty. I'm trying to remember. It was windy. The blizzard was already waking up. But I heard yelling. A scream.
Was it a woman's voice?
I'm not sure. The voices were thin, far. The blizzard was waking up. Soon there was only wind and darkness. I don't know. I don't remember. It's all cloudy now.
The power seems out all over town.
The power's always been spotty here, since the quakes. No money to fix the broken stuff left behind. And nobody from the mainland seemed to care enough to do anything about it.
I'm sure someone will come and fix it.
Nobody's coming to save Milton.
How can you be so sure?
I've learned to hear the difference between something quiet and something abandoned. This goes deeper than just a stillness. It feels like the moments before the world goes to sleep. We're just the last ones left awake to notice it.
You keep calling me a mainlander. Why?
It's what you are, isn't it? From the mainland, an outsider. You don't really belong here, do you?
Okay, but you sound bitter about it.
We lost everything in the collapse. People didn't realize how dependent we'd become. Some were fine with it. Others didn't want the scraps from your table. Created deep rifts in families, communities, scars that never healed. The mainland had become our lifeline, and it was suddenly cut. And so, we suffered.
I guess I don't know much about that history.
I'm not surprised. You mainlanders have always been focused on your own story. Only interested in Great Bear when it had something to give you. If you can't cut it down or dig it out of the ground, what use is it to you?
Okay. Well, any idea how I can get out of this town? I need to find help.
The old quake closed down most of the roads in and out of town. That was years ago. Blizzard just swept through town after the power went out. As for help, you won't find any out there. You're on your own. We both are.
Find supplies to help keep Grey Mother alive. Check the gas station for more supplies. 0 of 8,000. Stock Grey Mother's fridge with food. 0 of 12. Fill Grey Mother's firewood bin outside. The Grey Mother. An old blind woman might be the last survivor in Milton. She might be the key to understanding what happened to Astrid. Okay. I'm not breaking down the old woman's table. A cardboard box? Sure. But not a bloody table. A sewing primer. Everything you ever wanted to know about maintaining a clothes. That sounds good. Read it. Is that it?
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Sewing kit. A basic sewing kit. Required to craft and repair clothing. Wait, what? I actually healed. When did that happen? Or was I talking to her for that long? Where's the book? Where's the kid? Where's the book? I guess picking it up gave me the knowledge I needed, because I genuinely do not see this thing anywhere. Dead. Of course, it's a potable water source. I won't need it right now, though. Oh, that's a time meter up there. Alright, I get it. Anything else? Double check. I forgot this bedroom. Well, I didn't forget it. I didn't see it. Requires her trunk key. Lily's trunk key. So, Lily is not the name of her gun like I originally thought. Perhaps someone long gone. Empty. Where's her fridge? Ah, over here.
Can't have too much water.
Plastic bottle that holds up to 500 milliliters of liquid. Tin of sardines. Little fish in the can. Last resort sardines. Alright, don't be too on the nose now. Stove. Fridge. Okay, put in, if I'm not mistaken, 8,000 calories worth of food. Okay, I can stick in the rabbit carcass, but it doesn't count because it's not food. What about this? Okay, so that does count. And these... Put all of them in there, please. And that. Alright, an eighth of the way there. Let's butcher this rabbit. There will always be more rabbits, after all. I'll have to cook it first, though, naturally. I'm running low on matches, though. Well, nothing for it.
Come on. Come on.
Okay. Now quickly add more fuel. And now I should do. Cook. Grab it. Pass time until ready. Take it. Fridge. Alright, let's see here. Alright, a little bit further. Let's investigate that gas station. No, I'll finish filling up Grey Mother's desk, fridge, and bin with stuff. Official communication to members of the MCU. September 2012. Dear members, due to global economic realities that are well known to you, we are unfortunately unable to remain in operation. All banking services are hereby suspended until further notice. Management.
I think I can use this.
Yep. Nice. I don't need it right now, though. Stack of papers. Stack of now useless papers. Makes for good tinder, and that's about it. Metal chair. Hard to see. Oh, that's my stomach, probably. Gosh, no, that is complete darkness. Let's leave for now. I hear the growling of a wolf, but I don't see any. Nor do I see any buildings that look like a gas station. Wow, yeah, that is complete darkness. Oh, thank goodness. Hang on. That looks like something. Town of Milton. Established 1911. Yep, this is a gas station. Alright. Still lights on, it seems. flare shell. If there's anything else in here, I can't see it. Let's look around the building first. Hand cart? Let's pick that up. Requires a hacksaw to break down. Okay. Pallets? Sure.
Looks like a new day is dawning.
About time.
Can't feel my feet. Anything right about now?
Asshole shelf. Search mental container. New sports dogs. Neat. Stack papers. Bandage. Nice. And antibiotics. History of the Collapse, Part 1. Leaflet containing information about Great Bear Island, presented by the Great Bear Historical Society. In the mid-2000s, the ongoing global economic crisis, fueled by continued political instability in the US and Europe, contributing to increasing volatility in the financial markets, led to the sudden catastrophic collapse of the Canadian and in general the North American banking system. This immediately rendered Canadian currency worthless, triggering superinflation of the US dollar, and all trade and economic activity promptly shifted to the Chinese yuan or cryptocurrencies, a la Bitcoin. Crippled economically, Canada was brought under the financial oversight of the North American Economic Zone, which positioned Canada as a kind of protectorate of a larger US-based economic bloc. From this point onward, the majority of economic activity became centralized on Canada's already densely urbanized population, with smaller rural and remote communities being essentially cut off. Without a local economic lifeline, many of these communities had become dependent on for their continued existence. Most rural or remote communities became hollowed out as people fled to urban areas in search of greater economic stability.
Excellent.
I should drink some water. I should be using the radial wheel. Oh. Nice. Ragged driving gloves. Thin leather gloves designed for driving. Not much use in the cold. Requires pry bar. Maybe we'll find one. There's a bed in here. Highway robbery. A note describing the location of emergency supplies. Hey bud, sorry to leave you hanging like this with the storm and the power and everything, but it sounds like it's all gone to hell out at the upper bridge tonight. Car's broken down, a mess, and some rich mainlander won't budge from his truck. Probably thinks we're all a bunch of bandits waiting to rip him off. Usual story. Anyway, me and Jason are going to go up there and see if we can talk some sense into him before the storm gets even worse. I'll sort you out in the morning. Thanks, Peter. The upper bridge? Search the abandoned truck for emergency supplies. Pinnacle peaches. High quality peaches, halved.
That'll come in handy.
Finally, more matches. Oh, fire round. Still don't have another knife.
Damn it. So hungry. Thank goodness. I'm just out of this stuff.
Dry and crunchy.
Just what I need. Excellent.
What's the point of opening it that little?
Thank goodness.
Orange soda, sweet carbonated drink, full of high fructose corn syrup.
Excellent. I need more of that. I need more of that.
Still beef jerky. Package of beef jerky. Tasty and pretty much lasts forever. Dry and salty beef jerky.
I'm just out of this stuff.
Dried salty crackers will make you thirsty. Standard fare, whole wheat. Ingredients: wheat, flour, soybean oil, sugar, baking soda, salt, natural flavors. Made in Canada. I just want the food.
Just what I need.
Ooh, a lantern. That'll be useful. For now, leave it though.
Excellent. I'm just out of this stuff.
Banged up dog food. Can of wet dog food. Smells bad, but eating it is better than starving. Probably.
I need more of that.
What? Back to the lady. I'll come back to him later. With
This
his
pack is getting too heavy to carry.
With his infinite campfire.
Well, another stranger. Have you escaped the town?
Escaped the town? No, I just arrived.
Not a refugee from the highways, then. You look weary, traveler. Come, warm yourself by the fire.
Who are you?
I'm nobody. But you can call me Methuselah. I'm here to witness the passing of an age.
What do you mean, the passing?
Don't you see the signs?
You seem oddly familiar, old man.
Is that right?
Yeah. And this whole place feels strange and empty.
The quakes changed everything here years ago. Great Bear's back was broken, and it's been laid low ever since.
Then what are you still doing here?
Aren't we here to witness an apocalypse of an apocalypse, you and I? No one thought the world would end this way, but how could they not have seen it?
It's probably just the storm. Power failure. I'm sure everything will be back to normal in a few days.
I'm not sure anything will ever be back to normal.
What is this town? I don't recall seeing it on any maps.
This is Milton. Paradise Lost. It's a town of the old world, discarded, left behind. You won't find much hope.
I need to find my friend.
I'm not sure you'll find any friends here.
Any idea why all the cars are stalled and left behind?
They all stopped running. People abandoned them. Nothing but metal coffins now.
You always this cheerful?
My heart weeps for you, stranger. My days are nearly finished. But you'll have to live with what remains.
I'm looking for my friend. She was with me when my plane crashed. But it looks like she must have made it out alive. Have you seen anyone pass by here?
Many people have passed. All have gone into the town. I haven't seen any come back. Go safely, and good luck to you. I hope you find what you're looking for.
I'm still over encumbered, so there's no point in grabbing more. I actually really like the camera bobbing effect. Alright, we'll talk to Grey Mother, and then we'll sign off.
Have you been able to remember anything else about that night? Anything that might help me find my friend?
I'm back in that night. Wind howling. Voices passing through town. I can hear them just outside the window. It's windy, but the voices carry. They are yelling. Her voice, it passes through town. She's running. She's alone, calling for help. But no one comes.
Why didn't anyone help her?
Yes. Why didn't they? They should have found her before it was too late.
Anything else you can remember might help.
They said men came from the tunnel.
What about the tunnel?
The only way out of Milton. The only way through the mountains. It's the only way she could have gone.
On the way into town, there was an old man. Glasses, big beard, walking stick. He seemed a little odd.
Doesn't sound like anyone from Milton. Most of the elderly have gone. Or died. I'm the only one left. The only one from the old days.
The old man outside of town, Methuselah, he said he'd seen other people walking towards Milton.
Other outsiders? It's possible.
Where would they be? Maybe my friend was with them.
If they were outsiders, they might have stayed in the old schoolhouse. In the months after the quakes, people used to huddle there for the warmth of the school's old coal burner. Rare outsider coming through Milton might stay there the night. If your friend came through Milton, chances are she ended up there.
The fireplace is also infinite fuel. I can cook the pieces. Interesting. Oh, that's wasted fuel. Ah. And the food stays here, presumably. Alright, we'll go ahead and sign off here. This game was... Oh, wait. A note. A note with details on weather in the Milton area. Winter forecast. Weather warning. Heavy snow and record low temperatures expected. Scrawled in handwriting below. She won't like it one bit, but we'll need to check on her. Someone has to. Add extra fuel. Add extra food. $36,000. 20,000. Alright. For next time. Alright. Once again, thank you all very much for watching this. I do think my initial experience was rough, but I do think I am starting to get used to it. Of course, it'll take future gameplay sessions to be sure if I'm really into the game, but I will admit, as of now, it has me hooked. But that said, wrap things up, out to the outro guy. Let me tell ya, that initial gameplay experience was a bit rough. The unexpected booting you out of the starting area early, the fact that you could die in what I believe was a tutorial, which I honestly really respect. Don't let that make you think that I think that was a bad thing. But gosh darn, the throwing rocks at rabbits to try and get them. That is torture. I'm sure you can get used to it. I'm sure you can even get somewhat good at it. But that was pure torture. You do get more food out of it than the calories you put in, but gosh dang, it's probably a pretty close thing until you get good at it. I had to run around like crazy trying to get one rabbit, and in the end I managed to get three. And honestly, they're probably your main source of food, as in renewable food, presumably. But golly. And you don't even have to do it. I just took the tutorial tip as gospel when it wasn't actually part of any mission. So that was rather dumb. I should have just given up and moved on, but I was afraid of dying. And then I got myself burned like an idiot, so that's gonna stick around because it doesn't seem to be healing on its own. But, despite all that, I have to admit, I was having fun. And I think I'll have even more fun as the game goes on and the story progresses. I'm not sure what I'll do next, probably ransack the town even more so I can help Grey Mother out more. But otherwise, yeah, this is a pretty great experience. I'm not sure how this compares to the survival mode, and maybe I should have gone for survival mode instead of the story mode, since, survival mode has the implicit implication that you don't start with any expectations and go until you can't anymore. But still. Alright, I do reckon that's everything I had to say. If you're interested, go ahead and pick it up. And hey, maybe suggest anything I can do with the game as well, because this seems ripe for potential challenges. Let's just say. Alright, we'll wrap things up. Carmen, please sign us out. Thank you. And good night, everybody. It's been a long day. Let it be an even longer night.